Hey everybody, Jason here from Ghostbusters News, back again today on a Friday, which can only mean one thing: it is time for another installment of Fan Mail Friday. But as the norm, before we get into today's unboxings, if you happen to have anything you would like to send into the Ghostbusters News headquarters, we got a mailing address, and it is right down below in this video's description. With that said, let's get busy. Alright, and this first piece of fan mail, it's a little envelope here, and it comes from Jesse of Terror Dogs Incorporated out of El Paso, Texas. Terror Dogs Inc. we have featured here in the past on Fan Mail Friday. Right now you're taking a look at their Instagram page. And they do some pretty awesome vinyl stickers. In fact, I got some right here. And kicking off this Halloween season right, Jesse sent this one in of Samhain. The scares, they continue, because up next, check this one out of the Boogeyman. Ooh, I think I'm gonna have to lock my bedroom closet tonight. From there, we got this really funky metallic vinyl sticker of the Real Ghostbusters Proton Pack. And then there's these two of some little marshmallow minions. One is a nod to the Blues Brothers, while the other one is the Terror Dogs Incorporated logo. And again, if you want to see what is available, be sure to check them out on Instagram. That link again down below in the description. Now coming up next, do you like Ghostbusters? Do you like comic books? If you answered yes to both of those questions, well, you're gonna love this. As artist Richard Cripp, whatever you want to call him, he sent me issue number 3 of his unofficial Ghostbusters fan comic, Something Strange. And this issue is pretty interesting as it takes a look at the events of both Ghostbusters and Ghostbusters 2, but from a New Yorker's perspective. And wait a minute here, we got a couple of cameos because there's no way that is not Bob Hoskins. As well, yeah, that is totally Anthony Michael Hall. Bob Hoskins, Anthony Michael Hall, who else am I gonna find in this comic book? Correct me if I'm wrong here, but I'm pretty sure that's me on the first page. In fact, up top here it even says, "Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Jason, and you're watching Eye on New York. Tonight, we throw our minds back to one of the fine city's darkest hours, the Stay Puft incident of 1984. Seriously, this is so cool, so awesome. Richard Cripp, thank you for sending me the comic, and thank you for putting me in the comic. As well, for anyone who'd like to buy this comic to add to their collection, we got that information down below, also in the description. Now up next, I've got a small little cardboard box here, and this was sent in by Mike Frangleton of the United Kingdom. And I know exactly what these are because Mike, he sent me a message a couple days ago, about a week or so ago, through the internet, letting me know that he was sending along these deluxe clipboard replicas. And these replicas, they are made using genuine clipboards with replica knobs, which are cast from original 331 and 701s. We've also got some really nice looking replica foil labels. I mean, if I didn't know any better, I would think this is the real deal. So, Mike, thank you so much for sending these along. I know that I've yet to actually modify the clipboards on my Hasbro HasLab Proton Pack, so I think I may have to do that with these. In fact, if you would like to see me do that here on the channel, comment down below, let me know. As well, if you'd like to grab any of these deluxe clipboard replicas for yourself, Mike has them available on his Etsy store, and you know the deal by now, that link is down below. Now for this final piece of fan mail in this episode, before I show you, let me tell you, I've actually already opened it. In fact, I've had it for the past 2 or 3 weeks maybe, but I was requested not to show it to anyone. So what is it? Well, it's the collector's edition of Ghostbusters Spirits Unleashed. And I know what you're saying. You're saying, Jason, this has been out for like a year. How is this newsworthy? Why couldn't you show this 2 or 3 weeks ago? Well, let me open it up here. On the inside, there are a slew of signatures. First and foremost, signing the collector's box, we've got this message and signature from Jared Gerritsen of Ilphonic. Thanking me for my support over the last year. Jared, I want to thank you for having a hand in making an awesome game. And then fixating on the game case, you're going to find signatures of Dan Aykroyd, Ernie Hudson, Tobin himself, Raoul Coley, the one and only Greg Miller, who played Nameless, and Ryan Colt Levy, who was just announced as playing Samhain in the upcoming DLC. So to say the least, Levy's involvement is why I had to stay mute, but Ilphonic, I just want to thank you guys for sending this along. It is such an amazing showpiece. Just thank you. Thank you. Now, as I mentioned at the top of the video, if anyone out there, you happen to have anything you would like to send in to the Ghostbusters News headquarters, we got that mailing address, and like all the other links I talked about today, they are down below in this video's description. As always, be sure to subscribe to Ghostbusters News right here on YouTube. If you'd like to join up with us, check out our Patreon page. A link to that is also down below, and I will see you right back here next time.
Your spine, your senses don't deceive you. Call up the guys who are ready to believe you. The number's 555-2368. But before you call, let's get something straight. What do you do when the ghost has been busted? Is it the source universally trusted? If you got a case of Ghostbuster blues, the cure for sure is Ghostbusters News. Jason's the guy who's doing the heavy lifting.